My area is called Vaughn, which is just a little south of Seattle, just very close to the airport.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, I go. We live in by Seward Park. I go down to the Brushy outlet on the top of the hill.
Yeah, I know where it is. How would you get? What route would you take to that?
I don't even know the answer. I go past Hanukkah Gardens.
Okay, yeah.
Go up.
That's to the west of But it's that far south.
I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you.
It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for something more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling in you a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open wide to the possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. So welcome home. Welcome to worship. come, let us worship together. As we begin our service, as we always do, we take a moment of grounding to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional land of the Duwamish people, stewards of this land, past, present, and future. With humility and gratitude, we honor this land and the Duwamish tribe and commit to our role in the story of repair, of our relationship with this land and its people. Whoever you are, wherever you have come from, whatever the color of your skin, whoever and however you love, however your body moves or your brain works, however you identify, you are welcome in this faith community. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition has no test of faith, no creed or oath to swear. We have instead the promises we make to one another, commitments we make to healing a hurting world within and beyond these walls. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning. I'm Vaughn Bell, a worship associate, and I'm joined by Reverend Carter Smith. It's good to be together for this service on the theme of love at the center. We will hear from our fellow congregants about how they show up in relationship with authenticity, generosity, and daily practices of care and connection. We will also honor the first night of Hanukkah as we enter the holiday season, honoring enduring light in the darkness. If you were with us for the first time, or the first time in a while, we are especially glad to have you. If you haven't already, please scan the QR code on the pew card to fill out our welcome form and sign up for our newsletter, the West Side Week. This chalice is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. May its heat energize us for the work that is ours to do. May its light make our vision clear and bright. May its warmth comfort us always. This morning, as we light this flame, we mark this time as sacred time. We mark this space as sacred space. Our chalice lighter today is River Lynn. Will you please come forward? Now, as River lights our chalice, please join me in speaking the words of our congregation's affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant with one another. Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn, When I Am Frightened.
When I am lonely, will you be my friend? Will you be there for me? Comfort me tenderly. Will you share some of your feelings with me? If you will show me commitment, then I may learn to love as you do. Then I may learn to love.
One expression of love is understanding when someone does something out of order. So thank you. Now let us take a moment to greet our neighbors around us. As always, we love to see, there we go. Please greet your neighbors. This is my first time. I know, right? Well, we'll see. Everything's always a matter of conversation, but you all didn't even, you just said, okay, exactly. Yeah. So when Rose is done, she'll just get back to her place. I'll stand up and I'll go straight to you. Say thank you. They were very good at just jumping in there. Yeah. So should I bring them in now? Oh, got it. So I should just do a little. Okay. It's wonderful to see these lively conversations. You can continue them after the service at coffee hour downstairs. As is our community tradition, our chalice lighter has been asked to share some words so we can get to know them better. River has been asked to offer a piece of poetry that is meaningful to her.
Good morning and welcome. As mentioned, my name is River, and I am honored to have the opportunity to be the keeper of the flame for today's service. I am also excited to get to share with you a little bit about how I keep love at the center. Now, I could talk about love for days, but my 5-minute timer has already started. So, I put together a bit of a open mic spoken word piece that I kind of Frankensteined together. I swiped inspiration from a couple other poems and glued them together into my own patchwork quilt. So, my goal in doing this was to paint a bit of a picture of some of the things I've learned about love across the crazy journey that has been the last 5 years of my life. So, without further ado, my poem is Love is a Choice, and usually a hard one. At first, it all felt like loss. And I was angry at the universe for ripping me away from everyone that I loved and everything that I called home. But now I am grateful for the trials and tribulations. To the people and situations, I can finally say thank you. Thank you for teaching me that I needed to love myself more, that I was not given this breath in my lungs to let other people suffocate it out of me, that my own thoughts and words were choking my own life out of me. So I hunted these thoughts down. I dismantled the I can'ts and the I'm not good enoughs. I crawled around on hands and knees through the interior of my being, scrubbing the self-hate off my bones until love was exposed, until I learned that I am my own home, that I am a temple worthy of worship. And some days I still forget to look at myself with kind eyes or speak to myself with soft words. But I strive to always remember that our first love and our last love is self-love. That our heart is a vessel and we must fill it first. Because even though you cannot pour from an empty cup, repeatedly trying to boil an empty kettle starts to compromise the container. So now, I only give from the extra that spills over after filling my cup first. And that's not always easy, because some days that means walking away. After all, love is a choice, and frequently a hard one. At least until we let go of the things we've been told about selfishness being a bad thing. But I digress. So, how do I continue to show up in my relationships with authenticity and generosity? I dive headfirst into the ocean of self-love, and I would encourage all of you to do the same. In fact, I challenge you to see just what might change if you tried embracing healthy selfishness for a day. Can you find just a couple small ways to try putting yourself first today? Thank you.
Thank you, River. It is now our time for all ages, which will be led by Amy Hans-Brancati. Anyone of any age who wishes to see or hear them better, please come down to sit on the floor or in front of the pews. After our story, children and youth will be invited to join today's religious exploration program, where they will be doing a fiber art project, as well as being welcome to join our RE activity stations.
Good morning. So great to see all of you. Today we are, in just a minute, going to try something in the spirit of what we do every first Sunday downstairs at Spark Sunday. This is just one part of it. And what that's called, that piece is called a light and lively. And it's something to get some good energy going inside and hopefully some feelings of delight. But before we do that, and connection, well, first I want to ask, how does that sound to you? All right. Hello. I wanted to ask you, and if anybody would like to share, I welcome that. Is there anything that you sometimes say to yourself, maybe inside your head, or even write to yourself, maybe in a journal, that makes you feel good? Yes, Kestrel. You talk to your body for fun. That sounds helpful. How does that make you feel? Happy. Yeah. Is there something that you sometimes repeat to yourself to give yourself a positive feeling? I don't know if you heard that, but Nora said she's a creative problem solver. Yeah. Yes, Tiffany. Yeah, some self-love. So sometimes that's called an affirmation, a self-affirmation, something you can repeat to yourself, something you can write to yourself, and think about maybe to start your day, to have a better day. It's also something that can be shared by someone else. Have any of you ever been told by someone something that made you feel positive? Is that a hand? Yeah? Did you want to share? No? Okay. Well, just think for a minute, and all of you too, like, how does that make you feel in your body? Either when you're giving yourself an affirmation or someone else, a friend or a family member, is giving you an affirmation. An example is someone recently told me that I was important in the world. All right, so now on to the livelier part of this. We're not going to have the younger folks go downstairs right away. First, I invite you to go back to your seats in just a minute. And everyone should have found, or can look to now, a basket at the end of every other pew with paper and markers and pens. And the instructions are to go back and everybody write on a piece of paper a one-sentence affirmation. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that, and then listen for the next instruction. And people online on YouTube, you can write an affirmation in the chat to share with others. Okay. Don't forget puppy.
I got a question. This is an affirmation that you think would be nice, not just for yourself.
All right. So, next instruction. Take your piece of paper, crumple it into a ball. Imbue it with your love. Now we're going to have a paper ball exchange. You don't want to end up with your own affirmation.
Somebody throw some up here to us so we get an affirmation.
You have one? Anyone? Okay. Sure. All right. Oh, raise your hand if you need one.
We got
Over here. I need one. Oh. All right. If you still don't have one, yeah, somebody look behind you. And you can always share with your neighbor too. There's no limit. So open it up and see what you have affirmed for yourself through others. And is there anyone, a couple people who would like to share, and Shannon will come with the microphone.
I love this. I am cozy.
The good life is yours today.
And one more.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amy, for that wonderful activity. As our children go to their classes, let's all sing As You Go.
We hold you in our love as you go, May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
In a moment, we will share in our offering, a practice of generosity that sustains the work of this congregation. Each month, 1/3 of our undesignated offerings go to a partner in the wider community. For the month of December, our community giving recipient is Orion Center Youth Care. Located on the corner of Denny and Stewart, the Orion Center serves as a safe and welcoming place for young people ages 12 to 24 throughout the day, and a 20-bed shelter where homeless youth can stay up to 90 days. Our donation will help Orion Center to provide holiday items that keep young people warm, dry, and fed during the winter season. You can give by cash or check in the baskets that will be passed around. We have envelopes to record your name on these if you would like. To give by text, follow the instructions on the screen. And now, please enjoy this gift of music, Sending You Light by Melanie DeMore, performed by Rainier Reunion.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you, and I want you to know. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Thank you for your generosity, which sustains the ministry of our community and our partners. And thank you, Rainier Reunion. We now take a moment to make collective space for holding the joys and sorrows of our community. As a reminder, there is a link in our newsletter to share joys and sorrows, and also a basket in our entryway. We have a joy from Regina Brennan, who is celebrating her 80th birthday. It was this past Tuesday. Woohoo. Good job, Regina. And we have two submissions from Liz Bucklew. First, a concern for her mother, who was hospitalized this week with heart issues. Liz writes, I'm hoping for compassion and wisdom from the care team so she will be well enough to return home soon. May that be the case. And Liz shares a thank you for all the love and support offered for her recent surgery for uterine cancer. She says, the oncologist reports I don't need any further treatment. A huge relief and a joy for all of us. Liz shares gratitude for this beloved community. And we have some sorrows from beyond our walls. Many of us are sending compassion and care to neighbors throughout Western Washington who have been impacted by floods this week. We wish them safety and all the resources they need to rebuild and heal. And we hold sorrow as well for the Brown University community, which experienced a shooting yesterday during a final exam in the engineering department. We send love to the two families who had someone killed, and to all those injured and all impacted by this event. I know that we have members of the West Side community who went to Brown University who this is close to home for. Sending so much love. And as well, great sadness with the Jewish community in Sydney, Australia, who were targeted in a violent terrorist attack at a Hanukkah celebration today. Anytime a religious community is the target of hateful violence, we mourn. And today we particularly mourn the sin of anti-Semitism that justifies hate toward Jewish people on a day that should be celebratory. 11 lives were taken, and we send love to the families of the victims. And now we will embody our joys and sorrows in a ritual. We have stones down here at our altar table. You may have grabbed one when you came in. During this ritual, you are invited to approach our altar table from the side aisles, place a stone into one of our water bowls, and then return to your seat down the center aisle. You are invited to hold your stones with care and intention, feeling any joys or sorrows you'd like to place on our common altar. For those of you joining remotely, you are invited to do the same with a stone or another precious object and place it with care and intention on a table or altar near you. Let us begin.
Now is our time for a meditation. For this meditation, I want to share a reflection on how love is experienced as something we both give and receive with the natural world. I would like to invite you to join me through imagination in visiting our local creeks. I recently volunteered with Puget Soundkeeper to help with a salmon survey on Longfellow Creek. And the following reflection will bring you along with me through the experience that I had. We walk along muddy banks of creek in the rain, knowing that the rain swelling the creek makes home for salmon and also sometimes kills them with toxic runoff from roadways. We study the ripples and eddies, the small pools for splash and movement, or for the submerged shapes of dead salmon. We record the details of the salmon we study on a spreadsheet: size, length, if they have spawned. Here is what is not on the spreadsheet: the slip of boots on mud, the faint, fishy smell of decay, the hope, and then sadness with each fish that has died before spawning, the sound of creek rush, higher this week than last after the heavy rains, and the conversation. Did you see that one? Male or female? A delighted rush when, walking along, a splash comes from ahead and the curve of a salmon back rises above the water. The salmon remember. The salmon remember the creek before the pollution, and we remember it too. Our scientific observation is a form of love and care, tracking these beings with whom we share our water. I invite you to feel this love of the more than human world that we are part of right here. This love is reciprocity, caring for beings that feed us, caring for water that likewise cares for us. There is work to be done, but there is also a place for gratitude and rest.
There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
Instead of giving a sermon this morning, I decided to turn it over to you. In this third and final worship service on the Love at the Center theme, we have 4 congregants who have agreed to talk about how we put love at the center in our community life here at Westside. If you are newer here, over the past few years, this congregation has been working to address cycles of conflict and relational difficulty. For 2 years, we worked intensively with a consultant named Pam Orbach from the Center for Restorative Solutions to practice nonviolent communication, restorative justice, and other healing skills. We started sitting in circle together for healing, and now just to spend time together, like on the first Sunday of every month, where we do light and livelies and other forms of connection. Last year, this congregation wrote and affirmed our new community covenant of right relations, and in an act of UU innovation, many congregations have a covenant, but we wrote a companion document, Pathways to Reconnection and Repair, giving us frameworks for how to come back to one another. While a lot has changed in the past couple of years, the work is never done. What a gift, though, that we now have tools to work through issues that arise and tools for connecting on a deeper level as we strive to be more welcoming, more authentic, and more just in all that we do together. So with that, I will turn it over to Riley, who has our first share.
Good morning. I'm Riley, and I'm a member of the core team of the Right Relations Committee. And throughout my life, I have sometimes found the process of making connections with people a bit mysterious. Sometimes I would quickly fall into easy friendships. Other times I seem to be out of step with people that I would like to know, no matter how much I tried. I really felt I wanted more connection, more trust, more grace, more joyful relations with everyone, especially here at church. Clearly, there must be something I could do differently. But what? And did other people experience this? What was stopping any of us from making warm, easy connections? I joined the Right Relations Committee at a time when that committee was beginning to take a look at these questions. We had a goal of learning how to establish trust and healing after the congregation had experienced some major upset and falling out. We sought to form deeper, more resilient, and lasting connections with one another. We strove to bring all voices in, to offer radical inclusion as not only the right thing to do, but as an alternative to the tendency to fall into cliquish groups which might leave our congregation vulnerable again to the kind of fractures we're trying to heal from. To these ends, the Right Relations Committee and many others in the congregation have been learning nonviolent communication skills. Using these skills has allowed me to connect with people in the ways I used to wish for but not know how to achieve. And it's not just me. Every time I attend a Spark Sunday community circle, I hear someone say, I shared something I haven't shared before, and I was surprised to find that others experience much the same thing. We all have a lot in common as human beings, including a need for greater human connection. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Story. I'm so glad that we came together as a congregation last year to write the covenant and then the pathways to repair. So many people were involved in this. Everyone who wanted to be involved had a chance to make suggestions and weigh in. I was fortunate in that one of my first tasks as a new member of the core team was to help compile all the suggestions that people offered. It was good to spend time with those comments and make sure that everyone's voice was included. Ooh, I'm getting a wave of nervousness. Started out fine, and then I got gripped. Okay. Dolly Parton once said, "Figure out who you are and do it on purpose." That's what we did, and I choose to believe that Dolly would give us the thumbs up on that. Here is a simple story of a time when I needed to be reminded of all this just after the first draft had been written. Through circumstances beyond anyone's control, I was alone in an unfamiliar city for much of the first 18 hours after Election Day 2024, when we all knew that Donald Trump had become president-elect. My nephew-in-law had a stomach bug, and I couldn't stay in that family home, so I was at an Airbnb on election night. My niece helped me check out the next morning, and we had breakfast and shared our visceral sense of heartbreak. After she went to work, I had about 10 hours to kill in Tucson before we were going to meet up again for that night for a drive to Phoenix, where she and a close friend were going to do a work training, and I was going to provide childcare for her 2-year-old son during the day. I went on an epic walk around Tucson and tried to just let myself grieve while also soaking up the novelty of being in a new city. That night, I had dinner with my niece's work friend, and we also shared a sense of uncertainty and heartbreak. Then at 10 p.m., we met my niece and began the 2-hour car trip to our Airbnb near Phoenix. With my hearing loss, if it's a 3-person ride, I often sit in the back because I really can't hear much. It was dark and I couldn't see much outside. Alone with my thoughts, I went into a sort of obsessive rumination and righteous indignation spiral, thinking in us versus them terms and climbing up on a soapbox in my mind to lecture various powers that be about why they were wrong. If this period had lasted about 10 or 20 minutes, well, that's okay. That's doable and understandable. But this was going on way too long. Simultaneously, I knew that in 12 hours, my 2-year-old great-nephew was going to be dropped off in Phoenix, and I was to be his caregiver for 3 days from breakfast till dinner. He was and is small, agile, adventurous. And I knew that I needed to keep eyes on him and my heart open to him more than I needed to ruminate about certain corrupt politicians. Out of the blue, it came into my head, remember the covenant. So I did everything I could to recall the language and the values of the covenant, the core themes, the process that we all went through. The determination to respect, our determination to respect the dignity and worth of others as well as ourselves. I don't know if that took 15 minutes or a half an hour or an hour, though it was a while. In some way, you were all with me then. It worked. By the time we got to Phoenix, I was still in a fair amount of pain, though it was different than being caught down a rabbit hole of indignation. And I was clearer about how I could be committed to taking political action while still holding these values. For that, I am so, so grateful. A friend introduced me to a Ram Dass quote that always made a lot of sense to me. He said, "Mature love is a balance of compassion and backbone." As I see it, we at Westside are cultivating mature love. And the covenant and pathways to repair are very helpful and vital parts of that. Thank you all. I'm so glad we're in this together.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Day. It is my privilege and pleasure to serve this congregation as the Director of Operations. It is, and maybe even bigger privilege to have served on the core team for the last 2.5 or 3 years. It's been such a learning journey for me. And I was asked to do a reading for us this morning, and it's pieces of an essay written by the Reverend Rebecca Parker, and it's part of this collection of essays called Love at the Center that Carter referenced a lot in her 2 sermons, or her 1 sermon before this one. So here we go. Love must live in the present, here and now, in covenant with one another. We can practice and learn the ways of love. Now, not some other time, is when we need loving encouragement, mutual care, and respect for our wholeness and dignity, especially given the context of injustice and hate. Through love's spiritual disciplines, we can embody beloved community as a present tense antidote to the systemic evils harming our world. We can provide a haven of resistance to the forces of division, of exploitation, of apathy, and even cruelty alive in the world today. We can center joy in the exquisite gifts of diverse life in this present paradise where we struggle and conflict persists, but love abides. We can manifest the spiritual stamina to hold fast to that which is good in the face of oppression and threat, even from members of our own community, and can do so with gentle persistence. We can do more than look to the future. We can bring hope home today. We need one another to practice and learn the ways of love. Congregational life provides us with a place to cultivate the disciplines of the Spirit and the strength of love, including the capacity to face ourselves and others with honesty and humility, to be held accountable, and to know when and how to make amends. Hard lessons come in the daily practice of life together in religious community. In our present tense commitment to being beloved community here and now, perfection will elude us. Instead, we need the spiritual discipline of love that stays engaged even when there is failure. Love, indeed, is strong as death. It can and will bear what must be borne of difficulty, grief, of tragedy, of trauma, and threat. But love also sets limits. It maintains boundaries against destruction. Love says yes to the sacred worth of every person, but it also says no to abuse in relationships and systems. Love is compassionate, open, flexible, and merciful, but it also can be unyielding when necessary to protect the things that matter most. Love believes in all things. This means that love faces reality, faces what is, and responds to it. It weeps with those who weep, and it laughs with those who rejoice. Love does not deny the existence of tragedy or the existence of beauty. Love trusts an ever larger benevolence and opens itself to an even wider vistas, like when we see on a summer night out under the stars, when we feel the universe as a quilt stitched with tiny lights, wrapping us in a cradle of luminous darkness. When I meet you, and you meet me, we do not meet in a void. We meet within an all-inclusive reality that wills our good and supports the possibility that we can be present to one another in truth, unafraid. This love holds us to account, calling us to do right by one another and not harm. If harm has happened or is happening, this love empowers us to change, to resist injustice, repair injury, forgive, and begin again. This all-inclusive embrace is new every morning. We get there bit by bit, breath by breath. day by day and generation by generation, as we, alone and together, honor the circle of time and keep the faith. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Don Wall. When I joined the core team in early 2022, our congregation was going through some tough times. Our situation seemed unique to me at first, but I soon discovered that many other communities, spiritual and otherwise, were going through similar struggles due to the pandemic and simply the challenges of the communities that all types can face. When Pam Orbach began regularly meeting with a group of us to help us form the core group for support in our community, the early period was focused a lot on listening, which really started to reveal to me as one of the bases of NVC, nonviolent communication. We began having healing circles at Westside, supporting people and groups where harm had occurred, giving folks an opportunity to make it known what was true for them in particular situations. The format of the circle involved a round of opening check-in for everyone, and then subsequent rounds might focus more on a particular situation. Sharing was always a safe place, with a talking piece for the person sharing, and where everyone could express what was true for them. There was no crosstalk or opinions giving, just holding each other by listening to each of our experiences and the emotions that came up. Sometimes we utilized feeling cards, which was a deck of cards with different emotions written on each card. One member might share about what they wanted known about a particular experience. Then the other members of the group, who had stacks of feeling cards, would evaluate which cards seemed to apply to this person and what they just shared, and then place those cards down in front of that person. This effect of supporting loving gestures brought many of us, and I include myself, to tears, feeling that we were seen and understood by others. It was really powerful. Another piece I always appreciated was watching the care that the facilitator of each healing circle took with the participants. In those first months, it was usually Pam Orbach. If someone was sharing, and a moment came up where they needed more care and more holding, Pam would stop everything, stop the process, and skillfully tend to that person, asking them questions to help guide sharing and healing. Those moments took precedence over everything else, and the circle would continue only after the person sharing felt some level of resolution, or at least felt they were seen by the group. Many of us got opportunities to be facilitators and saw how challenging it can be, but how important it is not to just pass by someone's deepest feelings or hurt that might have happened. For me, the idea of these healing circles, where healing truly takes place, where we all feel like we are being seen and held by others. I watched as a lot of repairs of past hurt took place within our community. So much of the idea of these circles is so simple, but the effects are truly magical. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Regina Brennan, and actually building on what everyone, but Don especially, just said, I'm a regular attendee of Westside Spark Sunday service that it's on the first Sunday in the social hall, every month in the social hall. I have sometimes had the experience of having people come to the door in the social hall, people I've never seen before, and peek in and say, "Is this a Sunday service?" Doesn't look like it. You're sitting in a circle. There's coffee back there. There's an altar in the middle of the room. Well, this is a slightly different monthly Sunday service, I tell them. It's one where we gather and have guided conversations about being together in community. Everyone is welcome, though, and even if it's your first time, it's interesting. There's tea, coffee, snacks. We have lots of room. So far, I have never had anyone respond, "Oh, that's okay, I'll come back next week." I mean, who wants to get that close that soon? Because what they're looking for is community. As I look around the congregation today in the pews, I see quite a few of those people in the pews still, months later. Spark Sunday services are facilitated by core team members who work to uphold our community covenant created to help us with these pathways to repair and connection in times of conflict or no conflict, just connect. Spark Sunday services, you know what? I think I just said this paragraph. I'm 80. Okay. After reflecting on the opening words of the service, we go around the circle, voicing a one-word check-in, describing how each of us feels going into the process. We are not alone. We are doing this work together. That's where the spark begins. We are here now and committed to ourselves and one another where we are. There is love at the center, acknowledging those who came to the service, allowing themselves to be vulnerable, trusting that they will be heard and not judged. An intentional topic is presented, an example of a situation reflecting core UU values: justice, truth, community, nonviolent communication, equality, such as, what kinds of questions do you like to be asked by a person you're just getting to know? What do we mean when we say that this work is an inside job? Have you ever asked another adult to do something in a different way? How did that work? What did you learn? Pairing up, we start our process of reflective and empathic listening, each person sharing their reflection on the topic while the other listens without judgment or comment. And then we reverse. I have been struck by the fact that the person I am speaking to often expresses exactly the same thing that I am thinking. How about that? I thought they were very different from me. Guess what? And then there is the person I have known for years who finally feels safe enough to say out loud something that I had no idea about and that clarifies my perception of them entirely. Another spark. Another realization that I am not alone. Another realization that they are not alone. Another reason to hold love at the center. This is how we put the spark into Spark Sunday. Together, we spark. And that spark lasts way beyond the end of the service. So I invite you to come spark with us.
Hi, I invite you to rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn, and I'll acknowledge this is about the time we would normally end, but this is a song we wanted to share, so just hang tight. This is our closing hymn.
So some gratitude and a few announcements. I'd like to send a special welcome to our new percussionist, Cliff Swigert. Thank you to Rainier Reunion and John Hansen, Reverend Carter Smith. Thank you to Amy Hans-Brancati and Shannon Day. To River Lynn, to all of our speakers, Regina Brennan, Don Wall, Riley Ozano, Story Squires, to Nate Mesnard and Sarah Depe, to all of our ushers and our hospitality folks. Thanks so much, everyone who has put this together. Truly a collaborative effort. As always, it is a pleasure and a blessing to do this sacred work together. Now for a few announcements. Please do make sure to look in your Westside Week, which you will have received on Friday, for more details. And there's other things in there, but just a couple of specific announcements to share. First off, the 2026 auction team is ready for your donations now for our online auction catalog, opening the first week in February. Our theme this year is Love in Action, And folks in our congregation are already submitting some fabulous and creative donations, such as a fireside Celtic music evening, light rail tour, boat cruise, homemade gumbo, introduction to Arabic, specialty cookbooks, gift certificates to local restaurants, such as Mio Posto, and more. What can you donate yourself or with a group of friends? See Leah La Civita and Don Wall downstairs today during social hour at the auction table for ideas and help submitting your donations. And an announcement from the Racial Justice Change Team. Joining us today in the social hall are Devorah Yost, I apologize if I've mispronounced people's names throughout this, and Karen Schneider, representing the Seattle Gaza Mutual Aid Project. The project supports survivors of the war directly through the Mira Center, an educational healing center for Palestinian refugees in Cairo. Check out the beautiful art and crafts created by Gazan children and women that have been brought to sale to support the Mira Center and learn more about their work. Lastly, if the holidays are a hard time for you, or you would just love a pause during this season, please join Reverend Carter and members of the Soul team on the evening of Monday, December 22nd, for a small group gathering called Heart Space. More information is in the Westside Week. Our next Sunday service will be on Sunday, December 21st at 10:30 a.m. for a solstice service with Reverend Carter and Lisa Reitzes.
Thank you, Vaughn. I invite you all to rise in body or spirit one last time for our closing words. These are adapted from DC Fortune in honor of Hanukkah. In a minute, we will release our flame, knowing we are entering a festival of abundant light. While we release our flame today, we know that we will carry its spark with us, a symbol of our free faith. As we go from here, may we remember the miracle of the oil that kept burning, even when it wasn't expected. May we invite small flames in to mark the nights of this midwinter as we wait for the sun to return. May we carry the lights with us until we are together again. And now, as River releases our flame, may you go into this week blessed and blessing the world. We hold you in our love as you go.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you all the way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you all the way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you all the way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you all the way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you all the way on.